Well, even though Nero died 4 years after the fire, the executions went on without him, using even more cruel methods. They even built special stadiums to watch the people die. They could crowd 50,000 people into some of them, like a football match today. Places like the Colosseum in Rome. That was where they could also watch animals slaughtered, animals kill each other, or animals eat people. But not every animal fight went to plan. Take the story of the lion. This is supposed to be a true story. Once upon a time, there was a ferocious lion that hated men. He was fastened in a cage and longed to be free. From time to time, men with whips came for him and chased him into the sandy arena. Thousands of human eyes watched him as he prowled and paced round the circle, looking for something to eat. Then he would hear the clank of a gate, and the thousands of humans would raise their voices in a scream, and he knew that meant it was dinner time. He knew that some scrawny, scraggy human had been thrown into the arena, and he would tear that victim apart. Sometimes the victim knelt and prayed. Sometimes they wept. Sometimes they screamed and tried to run. But the end was always the same. There was only one human the lion liked, his keeper. Every day the keeper brought him food and water and talked to him and stroked him. In the stinking, gloomy, miserable cage, it was the lion's only happiness. Then one day, the keeper didn't come. The lion lay on the damp, dark floor and sulked. Men came with whips and drove him out into the scorching sun of the arena. Today, there was a bear and a leopard there. They sometimes did that. Put a few animals in to kill the humans, then fight over the flesh. The lion padded around and watched the bear and the leopard as they watched him. Then he heard the clank. The gate opened, and today's victim stumbled in. The gate closed behind him. The lion was the first to leap. With huge bounds and gaping jaws, he hurled himself at the man, and then a curious scent met his nostrils, and he skidded over the sand as he tried to stop his final leap. It was the scent of his friendly keeper. "Hello, boy," the keeper said, and the man's eyes were streaming with tears. "My turn to be eaten, my friend?" The lion growled. "Go on, get it over with. Make it quick." The screaming humans had gone curiously quiet. Even the emperor leaned forward from his seat and watched as the keeper stretched out a hand and rubbed the lion's mane. The lion turned his head and licked the man's arm. Suddenly, there was a savage roar, and the man fell backwards. The lion saw the leopard leaping at the helpless victim. He threw himself between the leopard and the man. The furious leopard, starving and wild, lashed out with a powerful clawed paw. But he was no match for the lion. The lion tore the leopard, then had to turn suddenly as the bear scented the blood and lumbered towards them. The bear was powerful, and his massive claws scarred the lion deeply, but the golden cat hung on till the big brown beast was dead. The lion turned back to the keeper, who was looking on in wonder. The emperor turned to the crowd and cried to them, "What should I do with him?" And the crowd roared back, "Let him live!" And so the keeper led the lion back out of the gate, and his streaming tears were warm on the lion's scarred old nose. So there you have it, the Romans. The Romans had a lot of fun executing Christians in places like the Colosseum. Yet in the end, the Christians won. The more the Romans killed them, the stronger the Christians became. In the end, there were so many Christians they were able to take over and stop the horrors of the Roman way of life and the Roman way of death. The Romans lived in savage times. They had better roads and laws and weapons and leaders than their enemies, but the real secret of their success was that they could be more savage than their cruelest enemies. Totally ruthless, rotten Romans. But clever. So clever we can look back at their history and still be amazed. Just don't be blinded by their cleverness. Believe me, They were really rotten Romans. We hope you enjoyed learning about the despicable goings-on of our ancestors as much as we did when we made these CDs. Don't forget to watch out for other CD audiobooks on special packs of Kellogg cereals. You can learn about the terrible Tudors, the measly Middle Ages, the vile Victorians, incredible Ireland, and the vicious Vikings. Look for the whole horrible lot.
Horrible Histories are written and read by Terry Deary and produced by Nick Baker for Testbed Productions. Original music is by Danny Fromaggio, sound design by Dirk Maggs. Horrible Histories are published by Scholastic Children's Books. And they're really horrible!